Hello and welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back with a pick a card reading for you today. And today's pick a card reading is a little bit different because we're looking at the Lion's Gate portal and how this is going to affect you, and some advice from your guides about how to maximize the Lion's Gate portal so that you can have a more profound experience, so that you can sort of align yourself more closely to all of the desires of your heart. So this portal that is opening up on actually today, because we're August 8th today, I'm releasing this on August 8th, and this is when Sirius, Earth, and the Orion constellation are all sort of in alignment with each other. It's a wonderful time to focus on self-care, focus on purging, focus on release, so that we can be an open vessel for more. So this reading is all about how is the Lion's Gate portal going to affect you? How can you maximize on the Lion's Gate portal? What advice do your guides and your angels have for you at this moment in time in your journey? We do have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 with the Strength card, pile number 2 with the Love card, and pile number 3 with the Emperor card. Now, I would like to welcome back my beautiful returning subscribers as well. So thank you guys so much for being here and for all of your beautiful comments as well. A big congratulations to this month's winner of the free tarot reading. Be sure, if you are new to the channel or if you are old to the channel, be sure to drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me. All you have to do is drop your comment below any of my readings this month for your chance to win, and I will notify you through the comment section, but I will make it very clear on how to notify me in return so that we can get the ball rolling. So be sure to do that. So I just wanted to welcome everybody back. Please pull up a chair, get cozy. We're going to have a little chat today because we're all friends when we gather around this table. And again, today's topic is all about the Lion's Gate portal, some advice from your guides and angels on how to maximize this period of time for you and what to expect beyond this point. Pile 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the Strength card, and this is your reading. How can you maximize the Lion's Gate portal? What messages do your guides and angels, your higher self, have for you at this time? You know, the Lion's Gate portal is a wonderful time for manifestation. It's a wonderful time for us to get into alignment of what we really want to manifest from our heart's desires. So it's a great time for us to go over, you know, the things that have been happening in our lifetime or in our experience that is a contrast to that, so that we can really clarify with our intention and with an intentional heart where we want our focus to lie. So we have the Strength here that you are drawn to. Maybe you are a beautiful Leo energy. Happy birthday if you are. The Strength is all about tapping into our strength. Tapping into our strength and really doing what is in our hearts to do. It may be something that we're going to have to face a fear beyond this point. Maybe we have to really step outside of our comfort zone. Maybe we're a people pleaser and we're just never pleasing ourselves, and it's time to make a shift and a change so that we can see the manifestation that we want to see in our life come into reality for us. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit is saying about the Lion's Gate portal, please, for pile number 1. Advice from your guides and angels regarding maximizing the Lion's Gate portal, what to expect. We have the Moon. We have the Queen of Cups. Maybe you are a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Very strong emphasis on Scorpio right now. 4 of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Star. I love this for you. 5 of Cups right this moment, and we have the King of Wands. So because I'm dealing with the collective, I do have multiple messages that are coming in. So please adjust them to your situation. If it doesn't resonate with you, you can try a different pile or a different reading. But right this moment, we have the 5 of Cups as your backup deck. So we do have some things, some solutions that are coming in to help us overcome some type of lost energy, something that we feel like is missing from our life. And I feel like there is this disconnect of you giving from an empty cup and never kind of receiving back what you feel like you deserve. And so now, and there could be this feeling of like not wanting to test people, not wanting to step outside of that comfort zone, because a lot of us spend our entire lifetimes really trying to fit in when we're supposed to be finding our sense of belonging. And unfortunately, the places where we were growing up, our family isn't often well, sometimes I should say, will not be that place for us. We'll have to go outside of that foundation in order to find our sense of belonging. What this Lionsgate portal is really going to do for you, pile one, it's going to set you off on a beautiful course. It's going to change things for you if you let it. If you let it. We're talking about reconfiguring your focus. Your higher self is talking about not letting anything that you've experienced go to waste, but moving and redirecting your focus towards optimism, towards solutions, towards healing. I feel like this is going to affect many different areas of your life. You could be dealing with frustrations in finances. You could be dealing with frustrations in love. You could be dealing with frustrations with children or the desire to have children. And Spirit says that the overarching theme here is loss. But the good news is that that bridge says that we have solutions to overcome that. We have solutions coming. And I feel like you're a very empathetic person. Like you pick up on the energies of other people. Your heart space is your powerhouse, but we're also going to have to learn how to have it work for us and not against us. Because Spirit says that this Lionsgate portal for you is all about self-care. It's all about you doing things for you. I feel like you're always running around doing things for everybody else, but now this Lionsgate portal, Spirit is really encouraging you to even write a list. They're talking about you clarifying it, writing it down, communicating it into being in some way, writing down a list of things that feel unbalanced in your journey. Where are some of the deficits that you're feeling? Where are some of the insecurities that lie within you? Because she's very focused on that cup. You can see how focused the Divine Feminine is, and she doesn't look like she's smiling. She's just so focused, hardwired for that focus. But that's why we're shifting the hardwiring, and we're starting to focus on abundance, on independent aspects. You have the Four of Cups. The biggest aspect of this Lionsgate portal for you is about you setting your course towards empowerment. Focusing upon empowerment. I'm almost feeling like almost a strong sense of entrepreneurial energy surrounding you as well. So this may not just be in love and life, but it may affect every realm ultimately. They are talking about releasing people, places, and things from the past as a part of this process of this portal opening up. It's a very lucky time of manifestation for you. So if you've experienced loss, Spirit says it's time to leave that loss in the past and just draw from the lesson that that loss has brought forward. Because now this hurdle, this Five of Swords, that's telling us that we need to hold on to our perspective, that everything in the unknown is going to perhaps fall to crap for us because we're so worried about the vulnerability beating us to the punch. Spirit says that that's what we're overcoming in this Lionsgate portal. Because the truth is that it's been this ego energy that has kept you feeling helpless for so long, keeping your focus on limitations. But the moon encourages you to prepare for changes in your life, changes that you are going to communicate into being in a sense of authority. You're going to take what you've learned and you're going to execute it. Ace of Cups, Five of Cups. And you can see if this is where we're sitting with the Five of Cups, she's flooding herself with peace. She's flooding herself with love. Self-care is so important. Literally looking after your body in this full moon cycle, drawing yourself a bath, you know, Epsom salts. They're asking you to make clearance for growth in this full moon or in this Lionsgate portal. They're asking you to make clearance for growth. And this clearance for growth is going to affect you in so many different areas of your life. You're going to gain in confidence. You might execute changes in your career. You're going to meet new people. You'll realize that the vulnerability that you require to execute this change and this release energy is going to be exactly kind of the hurdle, Four of Wands, the Chariot, the hurdle that is going to help you to project yourself into a better timeline across the board. This is, I often say that, you know, energy doesn't stay neatly in its own compartment or its own lane. Once you start to make changes and make clearance for growth in certain respective areas of your life, in emotional connections, for instance, you will see a catalog of things opening up for you. You're going to see a floodgate opening up in your experience. And it's like the manifestation, the momentum that you create through that vulnerability is going to be coming back at you full force. We have the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups for you, pile 1. So if you're going into this Lionsgate portal with a sense of despair, if you're going in with a sense of loss, if you're holding on to perspectives or people from the past, this is your opportunity. Today is your opportunity to sit down and to write a list of all of the things in contrast that you haven't been able to enjoy in your experience. And they're even asking you, if you feel called to, you can perform some type of release ritual. Some people like to write it down on sage leaves and burn them afterwards. Some people just write a list and then maybe they will leave that list or they'll burn that list. They're asking you to literally write it down, to purge it out of your body. And this is such a profound energy for you because, again, this is going to affect many areas of your life. You're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel better in your position. I see you achieving more in your financial department, in your career. As I said, I feel like for some of you, part of this release is going to kind of untether you from holding yourself back in so many different areas of your life. You're claiming your independence. You're reestablishing a new emotional cycle for yourself. You're moving into healing. And this is communicating to the universe a huge kick, a huge momentous boost towards the abundance that you deserve. And all of a sudden, the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the Empress, the desires of your heart. It's like once you surrender to the present moment, once you acknowledge it, once you acknowledge the portal, all of a sudden the floodgates open and you have gained mastery over all of these areas. The 10 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, that's 19, the Sun, the full spectrum of seeing yourself for who you truly are in abundance. That's what this portal is going to do for you, pile 1. It's going to help you see yourself as the true being that you actually are in abundance. There is right now this war between the heart and the head, and Spirit says this portal for you is going to merge those two energies, merge the two entities that exist inside of you, the beautiful heart, the fragile heart, and this being of authority. Everything amazing about the divine feminine. The Empress energy here with the Queen of Pentacles, you know, she embodies all the other queens because she's smart and she's capable and she's a leader. She's attractive. She gets to carry all of that energy forward. And Spirit says you're merging these two identities inside of yourself during this portal. It's a very powerful time for you, pile 1. So if you were drawn to this pile, Spirit's really excited for you. And they know that you're going to be able to accomplish this. It's time to work through your fears. The full moon in Scorpio. And we started with Scorpio energy here. And it's the Queen of Swords who is supporting this moon. She's saying, I've got this. I've got the authority. I communicate into being. I'm prepared for the changes in my life that I know I need and that I know that I deserve. We also have here balanced spirituality and practicality, because they want you to know that there are physical, tangible things that you can do for the Lionsgate portal that are going to help you feel like you're accomplishing the task. Again, physically writing lists, purging out anything that's kind of laying stagnant in your energy. This may be a very emotional day for you. You may feel like you are kind of up and down for this portal. It says here, but the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. And this portal is going to help you to understand the nature of the past aspects. It's going to help you to have a better idea and a full spectrum over why you had to go through the cycles that you went through in order to achieve the goals. I feel like for some of you, you could be even starting your own business, propelling yourself towards like a really financial upgrade as well. But then we have that 9 of Cups coming in too. It's like a satisfaction, a smugness of like, I got to where I knew I deserved to be. In spite of everything else, I got myself here. And so there's so much pride coming in for you too, which is right in alignment with this beautiful lion's energy. So much pride and abundance coming in for you. And healing. That's what Spirit's excited about the most, is healing. It's time to begin exactly where you are. Do not fear what travel brings you, my dear, but the moment is yours. Begin now here. And you may find that this Lion's Gate portal for you is a complete reset. It's like a do-over. It's like a reset. We get to reset our energy. We get to adjust anything that's imbalanced. We get to face the unknown where all of the infinite possibilities await us. It's like you're tapping into the vortex here. And we started with the moon and we have draw down the moon, pile 1. The forest nymphs dance in sheer delight. Singing soft songs, find us in the wild good night. It's almost like you're being coaxed by this moon. It's like they're coaxing you in and they're dancing into it. They're showing like these nymphs that are dancing into the moon. But we started with it because that's the whole purpose of this Lionsgate portal, is to draw down the moon about our fears, our worries, and insecurities that are not the truth, that have been holding us back, so that we can face up to our problems, whatever they are. And Spirit says you will. You're moving into a beautiful healing cycle for yourself, pile 1, which is going to open up so many different areas of your life that you feel like are in deficit right this moment. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Page of Wands. There's almost like an aspect of like stress associated with this portal. It's like we're worried about it. It's like, what if we don't do the right thing? What if we don't purge enough? Or what if we do? What's waiting for us in the unknown? Spirit says, open up your curiosity. There's thirst inside of you. There's a reason why you feel called to even participate in this in the first place, because you know that changes in your life are the only constant you can depend upon. And you know that where you're sitting right this moment requires some adjustment. Stress is a natural part, or fear is a natural part. Disappointment, it's like we're also going to be really perhaps exploring some of the ways that we've been disappointed in ourselves, because there's a huge message about self-forgiveness, self-acceptance, and that's why they're really encouraging self-care during this period of time for you as well. There's Virgo energy for the divine feminine. Venus energy. Oh my goodness. Virgo women are like the most beautiful women in the zodiac, I swear. I'm not a Virgo, so I can say that with, I have a daughter who's a Virgo, so I guess I'm a little bit biased. You're a Virgo. This definitely could be for you. We have here the P, the Y. We also have A and G, and we have Q. Now we also have a nursing cap. You could perhaps be a nursing energy here with the Queen of Cups. You're a healer, but Spirit says you don't apply that healing to yourself, and now we're putting that cap on. We're putting on the nursing cap so we can put self-care and flood self-care into our own experience. Generous Leo. You could be, of course, a beautiful Leo. You could have been drawn to this reading for that purpose, so happy birthday if you are. They're also talking about how there's this preconceived notion about Leos and how maybe people think Leos are conceited or Leos are this or that, but they're very emotional beings. They're the most generous of the zodiac. If the Queen of Pentacles here, if the Virgo is the most beautiful, Leo women are the most generous emotionally. They don't like to be crossed, but if you don't cross them, they are the most generous. So you be generous of spirit towards yourself as well. Butterfly of transformation. And we have the open book. And it's like we're afraid to go down into our shadow work perhaps to see what lies there. They're talking about that too. They're also talking about depression that you may have had to deal with for quite some time and not seeing yourself clearly through that depression too. That is what I have for you today, pile number 1. If it resonated with you, please drop your comment below. I would love to get back some words of encouragement for you. Be sure to drop your comment and hit your notification bell if you would like to be considered for the free tarot reading. All you have to do is drop your comment underneath any of my readings this month, and make sure you hit your notification bell so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner. I also offer Etsy readings through my Etsy account, and that, or private readings I should say, through my Etsy account, and that link is below. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the love card, and this is your reading surrounding the Lionsgate portal and messages from your guides and angels about what you are manifesting, what you can do to capitalize upon this time. It's a very abundant time of manifestation where the portal opens to us. So you were drawn to the lovers, to the love card. You can see there's Gemini energy, but there's also this big, beautiful lion sitting here that she is holding on to. So she could be trying to tap into the strength of the lion before she makes a decision, before she chooses something, because the lovers is often a card of choice. It can be a card here too of deep connection. So there may be desires to create more love in your life. Maybe you want to manifest a relationship. Maybe you're not happy with where relationships have brought you up to this point as well. So let's take a look and see what you can expect for the Lionsgate portal. Some advice from your guides and angels. For pile number 2, please. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the 2 of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune. What I really love about this reading so far for you, pile number 2, is the fact that there could be an ignition process that's happening for you to get your wheel in motion if you've been frustrated, especially when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships in general. The Two of Cups is really speaking about that, about waiting for my special person and feeling like I've been waiting. And there's also a message about getting tired of that, getting tired of putting yourself out there, getting tired of putting in the effort. It's like feeling like I'm done. I'm done trying to get to my distant shore. But Spirit says you're not done. They're saying you're not done at all. There's a new emotional initiation that's coming in for you, which could result in Gemini energy that comes forward for you, or Libra energy perhaps. We also have the Devil here and the Nine of Swords. Now, what I love about your reading already is the fact that this love energy, this is again the Lover's energy. This is something that we're supposed to look at everything full spectrum. And the Devil says that we're attached to some type of idea. We're attached to some insecurity. We could be attached to old timelines. There's just a codependency that we're going to break in this cycle. In this Lionsgate portal, we have the opportunity to be a lighthouse for ourselves. You can see 2 lighthouses here. And this one's shining, and this one is kind of bracing the storm. It's like bearing the weight of those waves of emotion. And so this period of time, this Lionsgate portal, is an excellent time for you to establish a new focus away from this Knight of Swords that has been holding you back from the very thing that you want to manifest in the first place. It's an opportunity for us to remove resistance, Spirit says. And they're highlighting 17, star energy, Aquarius energy, and the 10 of Wands here. They're trying to redirect your focus in this Lionsgate portal to help you release what has been holding you back in resistance so you can go charging towards what you truly deserve. We have the Judgment, the Lovers, the Page of Swords, the King of Cups reversed. They are speaking about somebody that you dealt with in the past that it was a very emotionally manipulative, perhaps, that wasn't emotionally present for you, or used the love that you felt or the love that you were seeking from them as a manipulation tactic. And we've been carrying this with us. We've been carrying this codependency. We've been carrying these feelings of pain associated with how they affected us. We've been carrying this with us, but this is a turn of events in your favor. This is you moving your wheel towards something more. You are responsible for this Wheel of Fortune. You're taking your masks off. They're asking in this Lionsgate portal for you to be 100% honest with yourself about codependencies. Sometimes we get the codependency in relationships mixed up with soulmate, twin flame. We get that mixed up in our mind. We don't want to believe that what we're holding on to wasn't made for us. And it was made for us in some degree. It just wasn't made for us for a forever situation. But we don't want to sometimes hear that. So we hold on to codependencies thinking that the reason why we're so obsessed with that person or that situation or that timeline is because that's our person that's meant for us. But Spirit's here to gently kind of coax you into a new perspective and ask you to really be honest with yourself about some of the emotional manipulation that you experienced, some of the lack of emotional security that this person offered you or that timeline offered you, because true love doesn't feel like that. They're speaking about the contrast of love versus what this person offered you or this situation offered you in the past. And if it doesn't give us emotional security, it is a codependency that now we have to rise above. It's hard for us to do that. They're not trying to say that it's an easy process to go down that rabbit hole of reflection, to be open with ourselves about a connection that we feel really, really powerful about. But they are talking about this manipulative person being very purposeful in your experience, but we were supposed to learn from it. So they're talking about it being almost a twin flame energy that's supposed to propel you towards your person, your truth, your abundance. Here is the Nine of Pentacles, and here is the Ace of Wands. Now, they're not promising, pile 2, that after the Lionsgate portal, automatically you're going to meet the person of your dreams. They are talking about this initiating an independent cycle where you are eliminating the distractions that have been stopping your wheels in motion, that have been creating the resistance for you. So that's what the Lionsgate portal can offer you, is an opportunity for us to purge everything out. So we're making the clearance for the growth that we want to see. And ultimately, because of the momentum you show today in that release, we have a turn of events that just seems to pop up out of the blue. It seems serendipitous, which it is, but it's not as serendipitous as we in the collective like to think, because you've made it happen through your effort, through your refocus, through your judgment period where you're reflecting upon what's been holding you back and the risk that it actually presents or represents when you think about heading back to that old comfort zone. Because Spirit says that's what the Lionsgate portal is for. It's to help manifest growth. It's not to help us manifest something from the past that we want to recircle. So you may have hoped coming into this reading that that's what they were going to talk to you about, is this resurgence of something from the past that could come about because of our refocus and what we're manifesting. But instead, Spirit is trying to initiate a brand new cycle for you. It could be with an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Very strong emphasis on Gemini here for you. That is what the Lionsgate portal is offering you. It is this cement around the tower trying to offer you protection from the waves of emotion so that we can get our lighthouse directed in the right direction, so that we can bring you into shore to reset your course. And they're talking about here maybe not being prepared to fly right away, but really embracing a period of independence where you're eliminating that distraction of codependency so that we can reignite. Yes, it stings a little bit, but Spirit says this portal for you is about seeking out information that will help you to reignite passion in you so that change can come in for you. So they're just asking you to use this portal, and they're not even like, they're not forcing it. This is never something that Spirit's saying you have to do this, you have to do that. They're saying they're offering you this as an option. They're trying to bring in this information to help add fuel to your arsenal of tools that you can apply for force to remove yourself from the codependencies, because that's what this portal is doing for you, pal, too. It's calling your power back. It's calling your power back from any person, place, or thing that has monopolized it, so that you can feel free to walk away and empower yourself towards more beginnings. And there's that King of Swords again. You're moving towards somebody who has the leadership quality that matches you. You're moving towards somebody who is honest, somebody who is truthful, and they say it like it is, Spirit says. Maybe you were with a water sign in the past, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You don't, again, we're dealing with collective energy. You don't have to have been with a water sign, but they're more so talking about the manipulative influence that this person had about you and create doubt in your own heart space about yourself. You are good enough. And that is what this Lionsgate portal wants to establish. That's what your guides and angels want to establish, that there's no deficits in you. And maybe situations in the past have contributed to this idea, but it's only an idea. It's not the truth. It's not the true essence. It's time to release any negativity. I just saw confidence is your key to success. The Nine of Pentacles is dripping in confidence. And Spirit says, even if you have to fake it till you make it, that is where you're headed. You and your loved ones are safe. There is this acknowledgement of like, well, what if I let them go and then I lose them? It's like, there's such a fear surrounding release, but that's why they want you to understand that they've got that person handled. They're taking care of things on the spiritual side of things. We're never actually separated. It's just a question of the 3D experience that we're in. We're all going to return to source. We have here, nothing will come of the situation, void course of moon. And they're speaking about the situation that we're holding on to, the codependent situation that we're holding on to. Spirit doesn't see that necessarily coming into fruition for you. And that's why they're asking you to use this portal to show the world who you really are, to communicate to the universe about your refocus, about your independence, about your ability to overcome and get yourself out of these cycles that are limiting, so that you can unburden yourself with things that don't belong to you, so that we can move into abundant timelines. Advice, please, for pile number 2 for the Lionsgate portal. We have gifts from God. We angels are bringing you gifts from your Creator. It's just time to open your arms to receive. And they're saying that they've been trying to bring in these gifts for you in the form, and I feel like it's going to come in the form of relationships. For others, I do feel like you moving up in your career as well. Again, when you open up the floodgates of abundance, a lot of different chapters of your life will start to change, but they're prioritizing a relationship coming in for you with a very strong air element. They're saying that we have to unburden what's in our cup so that we can make room for the growth. It's like if we want a full cup of abundance, we're going to have to pour out the old remnants first. Give your cares and worries to the angels and allow us to take your burdens during this chapter. They want you to give them permission to work with you. Your angels and guides, they can't interfere with the journey that you're on. They can't interfere with your free will, but they can come and join us in this journey when we ask them for their help. And they will transform your life if you let them. They will transform your life. Sometimes it's through a little bit of havoc. Sometimes it's through a little bit of insecurity, but they will transform your life. So they're like, give it to us. That's what we're asking of you in this Lionsgate portal, is to invite us in to help you. Archangel Raphael, Archangel Sandalphon, wanting to help you with your healing cycles. Archangel Gabriel wants to help you communicate your world into being. Lionsgate portal messages, please, for pile number 2. What are they manifesting? Walkabout. Although you've experienced something profound in the emotional realm, they say that you discover your path through sacred walkabout. The trees are your people, the earth is your tribe. In indigenous lessons, you find the will to survive. So they want you to know that even though you've experienced profound amounts of emotion, you haven't experienced it all yet. There's still more to come. There's still more emotions to come. There's still more connections that are waiting for you. And it's like we've kind of stopped with the Page of Swords and we've just maintained our focus in one arena, and now we're asked to start the exploration again. It says here, nectar of sweetness and joy it brings, the hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. Pass this card on. They're talking about passing on joy. They're also talking about the hummingbird, which is bridging back to joy, and how things are going to turn over for you very quickly beyond this point. Again, it's not going to happen overnight, but Spirit says once you embrace this chapter, all of a sudden the universe is going to correspond to the nature of that song. The universe is going to hear what the desires of your heart are, and it's going to come in for you, and you're going to feel empowered, and you're going to feel like you've walked away from the past that has inhibited you. They're saying the worst is behind you. Pile 2. Back of the deck says 3 of Cups, a toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups and happiness, 3 cheers are done. Celebration is near. They are indicating about a 3-month cycle or something abundant coming in for you. Reasons to celebrate in about 3 months' time beyond this Lionsgate portal for you, pile number 2. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Messages about the Lionsgate portal, what you can expect. Advice from your guides and angels. Capricorn, there's that devil again. 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. The detachment. Again, they're not ever going to force us. You know, my grandma used to say that when God wants something, he doesn't whisper, he shoves, but he still won't force you off the cliff. And so there's this whispering in your ear about the options that you have, and using the Lionsgate portal is a powerful doorway of more, where the angels can come in and help us, where we can collaborate with Source, we can collaborate with Spirit in order to achieve more. But they're talking about options, you know? They're talking about a situation in the past that left you feeling like a former version of yourself, and now maybe there's this uncertainty about who you are and where you belong. But that's what this is going to rectify for you. It's going to move you away from this 4 of Pentacles and into this 9 of Pentacles. A feeling of confidence and independence, which once you communicate that to the universe, ushers in a whole bunch more opportunities, growth, friendships, connections, and I feel like a relationship is coming in for you as well. There's the devil chain, a chain of events that will affect your life. We have Sophia here. This is from the Golden Girls. This is a little pack of die that a friend of mine actually gave me. One of my subscribers gave me this little pack of die because they know I love the Golden Girls, and you guys are so amazing and beautiful. So thank you, Jessica. But this Golden Girl, Sophia, whenever I think of her, I think about the stories she would tell. She would always start her stories with, picture it, Sicily, 1942. And so she was really kind of stuck on those memories from the past. And that's what Spirit is talking about here in the codependency. We're mending. We have I and we have you. And we have the heart space. with the stethoscope. So hospital nursing connection, but also healing that heart space through this Lionsgate portal. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell if you do, so that I can notify you if you're chosen the winner. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. The shop does update every day. It does sell out quickly, but I do update it weekly, so be sure to keep checking back. But I hope that you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the Emperor card, and this is your reading. What can you expect on the Lionsgate portal? What advice do your guides and angels have for you for this very powerful time of manifestation? The Emperor here is all about the divine masculine energy, tapping into strength, tapping into almost a warrior energy. You could perhaps be wanting to manifest an emperor into your life. Maybe you are the emperor and you want to manifest divine feminine energy into your life. But this is all about perhaps aligning yourself with strength or aligning yourself with the desires of your heart and making it very sort of crystal clear. They're talking about crystal clear intentions coming in as well. So advice for you, pile 3, about your Lionsgate portal. The 5 of Swords. We're starting with the heavy card of conflict, and this is an opportunity in the Lionsgate portal for us to make some clearance for growth. But because it's a powerful time of manifestation, that means that the ego might be working overtime, especially if you're trying to accomplish something today. Like it's going to be working overtime to try to keep you as complacent as possible. We have the King of Teacups, the King of Cups. But you know what? They're talking for you, pile 3, about purging, using this Lionsgate portal as a purge. It's a wonderful time to manifest by releasing everything we don't want and really communicating clearly to the universe everything that we do want. But they're talking about some purging that has to happen first. This conflict, they're showing the King of Teacups here, and this is the doorknob from Alice in Wonderland when she falls down, and it's her own tears that allows her to go through the keyhole. So they're talking about purging. Maybe you have been suppressing a little bit of pain. Maybe you don't think that it's strong. Maybe you think it's a weakness to express your pain if you're the divine masculine. But they're really speaking about purging, using this portal as a purge. You could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. There's Aries energy as well. We have the 10 of Flowers, the 10 of Wands. We have the 8 of Cups. Oh, there's such a beautiful message for you, pile 3, about everything that you've been through. We look as failures, or we look at them as weaknesses. If we've lost relationships, or if we feel like we've failed at certain things, you have such a strong sense of blaming yourself, and they want more forgiveness. They're showing all of these cracked cups, but they have gold inlay now. Because, you know, when we crack a cup, if we fix it with gold inlay, it becomes a beautiful, unique piece. And they want to speak about how beautiful and unique you are, and how your human experience is not like anyone else's. And how this Lionsgate portal is going to help you overcome and walk away from things or expectations or focuses that are negative. It's going to help you to overcome an emotionally unfulfilling, there's the 5 of Cups, an emotionally unfulfilling period of life. And they're hoping that ultimately you're going to see the value in some of those obstacles and struggles. You're going to see the value of the unique experience that you've been on and the unique path that you've walked. We have the 6 of Cups and we have the King of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And this King of Flowers, it's like a trumpet. It's like it's sounding the alarm. It's communicating to the universe what our focus is. And maybe the focus overall in the present moment is something from the past, or a person from the past with the 6 of Cups here. It's a very nostalgic energy. They're also speaking to conflict that could be established in you that has nothing to do with relationships, but could affect your interpersonal relationships. Because they're speaking about your childhood. And they're speaking about how sometimes conflict will be ignited or planted there in moments when you didn't feel secure, you didn't feel emotionally accepted, or you didn't feel emotionally sort of held up or supported in some type of way. Yeah, the Devil, the Six of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles. And Spirit's saying, talking about burdens that you've been carrying for such a long time. I feel very sad in my heart space. Burdens that you're carrying for such a long time. Again, maybe since you were a child, because now they're showing me the higher self, the present self, and the inner child all in this boat. And how it's like they're all affected by the conflict that the ego, these old comfort zones, which are not very comfortable, I should say, these old thoughts, these old limitations that have instilled a complete fear inside of us. They're talking about someone's father being playing a very significant role in this, maybe not in a very positive way. And I keep hearing it's time. They're really emphasizing here the yarrow, and they're emphasizing stopping the bleed. It's like stopping the deficits. Like we've been bleeding, we've been dealing from the same wound over and over and over again, and now we're going to stop the bleed. And they're talking about initiating momentum, because they're highlighting the Eight of Wands. They're highlighting power. It's like once we call back the power to ourselves, we have it in our arsenal to create more abundance for ourselves. This Lionsgate portal is an opportunity for us to do that. It's an opportunity for us to overcome those deficits so that we can have upgrades in so many different areas of our life. There is the Justice. They're emphasizing justice as well with the 6 and the 5. Libra energy, Capricorn energy. And they're also saying here that the things that you're walking away from, many of them are not your fault. And maybe you've internalized a lot of these as being my fault. Or it's like we were indoctrinated into this idea of like, you're to blame because you were this. And the truth is that it was not your fault. And it's not fair that certain people put you in this position in the first place. But unfortunately, it comes a point in our journey where even if it's not fair, we still have to resolve the issue. It's like it's not your fault that you were put in this situation, but it's now our responsibility to move ourselves away from it. It's the death cycle they're showing me. They're showing the death cycle. You're releasing the old so that you can be propelled into something more. So you can communicate that release to the universe. And there's the Justice, the little King of Cups, who has such a fragile heart. There's a very strong emphasis on the divine masculine energy here. So and again, you don't have to be the divine masculine. We all have the yin yang inside of us. Even the divine feminine, we have the emperor energy inside of us to create that balance. But they're talking about now just rewards. Just rewards that have been waiting for you. Upgrades that have been waiting for you. Your confidence that has been waiting for you. And communicating all of that to the universe. But it's like first they have to clear out your throat. First it's like they're showing me Ron Weasley, when Ron Weasley was from Harry Potter, in that scene where he starts to cough up the slugs. They're talking about that, about coughing up the things in the past that we have to get up. So you may find that this Lionsgate portal is a very emotional period for you. But allow it to flow through, because it is the keyhole, the purge, the emotional purge that you feel, maybe going down and triggering your inner child a little bit and bearing witness to their pain might be the purge that you need to release everything. It's the keyhole to get you in to a brand new timeline. Because Spirit says we've been holding on to these burdens for too long. And we have the Judgment. Back of the deck is the Queen of Swords. Sorry, my throat's closing a bit. We have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. They are saying that the result of this is going to be huge for you. They're talking about how this is going to propel you into more balance. It's going to prepare you for relationships. There's just all of these new things coming in for you. And then all of a sudden, the desires of your heart start coming in and you feel a deeper connection with emotional starts. You feel new beginnings. There's going to be new relationships that open up that turn romantic. And these people that come forward for you, it's going to be like you have always known them. It's going to be like you remember them from someplace. There's a reunion of souls that I'm feeling coming forward. So even if you can't release something or someone or a situation from the past, Spirit says it's worth your while because they're actually bringing in soulmate energy for you as a result of this. So some of the triggers that you're prompting or that you're releasing may have nothing to do with love or romantic love, but one of the outcomes of being able to exorcise the demons, to be able to get them out, is new emotional starts. which are going to result in loving relationships or romantic relationships that maybe you've been waiting for. So this judgment here is about spending this Lionsgate portal reflecting upon what we feel like we've lost, which has actually just strengthened us. They're showing a tree that's lost a limb, and once a tree drops a limb, it creates a knot where that limb has gone, and then that knot creates strength in the wood. It makes the wood very unique. It creates strength in the wood. And that's what they want you to understand, that everything you've been through ultimately will just strengthen you. But first we have to release the emotional purge so that that strength can be established. And they're talking about this beautiful collaboration between your higher self, your present self, and your inner child, all being on this journey together to overcome this hurdle of the fives. They're also talking about many Lionsgate portals coming and going where they've been wanting to execute change. And how it doesn't have to just be a special day like the Lionsgate portal. We are optimizing it. We are capitalizing on this right now, but you can start anytime. Even if you don't feel ready for today, you can start at any time. We have here, your commitment will be tested. And this is what they're testing. They're testing your commitment to yourself. They know that you have commitment of focus because you've been focused on negative aspects or this addictive energy towards codependencies and insecurity for a long time. And so now that commitment is going to be tested because you're going to be stepping into new normals. You're going to be stepping into the light. And even the light can be jarring if we haven't adjusted our eyes to it yet. We have here, it's time to release negativity. This card has come out for all three piles today, pile 3, because that is the purpose of the Lionsgate portal, to release anything that's in our way so we can capitalize on the manifestation abilities in this cycle. Everything's aligning for us. Adjustments are required to create the upgrades that we need and want in our situation. The Seven of Pentacles says that we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the upgrade, maybe growing really, really impatient, but maybe we haven't weeded out the garden. It's like maybe this fruit needs a little bit more air, needs a little bit more space, and we need to weed things that have been impeding that growth. It says here, be bold and make the first move, the cardinal moon. Queen of Swords, being very bold and communicating her expectations to the universe. Cutting people, places, and things out of her life and leading as an example. We have indigo and crystal children and leadership roles. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help those children who are sensitive. So there is this feeling of moon cycles, capitalizing on the moon cycles and helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully because of this timeline. But there is a very strong message about childhood and children and taking on a leadership role so that you can be an asset to others down the line. This remember who you are. Archangel Michael wants you to know that you are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. And be very gentle with yourself this time and surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. They're not asking you to charge full speed ahead and purge everything out if you don't feel ready. Again, many of you may not feel completely ready to complete the purge. But again, there's a message about your inner child waiting for you to take on that leadership role so that you can guide them out of that murky water and into clarity and into more. By tapping back into the true nature of who you are. That the situations and things that happen to us as children, as young adults, they do not define who we are. They may define our path for some times, but they do not define who we are. We will always be able to rise above that. Lionsgate portal messages, please, for pile number 3. We have here the Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country, lands, and botany and explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. I do feel like for you, pile 3, that this Lionsgate portal is really going to be an exploration of yourself. It's going to be an exploration where you're going to find some really beautiful conclusions at the end, because you're going to recognize that perhaps some of the blame that has been sitting inside of your heart space has been completely misaligned. Or misplaced, I should say. They're also speaking here about, new emotional starts, new opportunities, new relationship starts that are going to pop up very unexpectedly. It's like you're going to start to see things falling into place in your life. And as that happens, it's going to be coming in not all at once, but it's going to be like this domino effect. And you may even forget sort of where you initiated that process. It says compassion in action. Oh, my throat's closing. Compassion in action, the chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. And that's what you're doing. You're allowing yourself to bloom. You're allowing yourself to see yourself for who you truly actually are, and not see yourself from an established perspective that was given to you, ultimately. It's like other people's opinions, situations were given to you. You're establishing a new perspective on yourself. And we have wander and seek the friendly and familiar kind, draw memories and sketches for others to find. They're talking here about certain imprints that have been left inside of you, that have been kind of left there as triggers so that you can come down and find them. It's almost like your inner child has left breadcrumbs for you, or it's like tape. It's like they've taped off the trees, the tree lines, so that you can find your way back to them, so that they can find their way out with you as well. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. Advice about the Lionsgate portal, how they can maximize upon it. The Justice, reverse, the 9 of Cups. There is a loneliness, an isolation, a feeling of being separate that is not fair. There's a very strong Libra and Virgo energy here. It's not fair, some of the things that happened to you in the past. Spirit is not trying to argue for that. It is not fair. And it's created a loneliness inside of us and a lack of focus. It's like making us question whether we're worthy, or whether we're valuable, or whether we deserve certain things. And Spirit says that the truth, and I'm putting air quotes around truth, the truth that we've established about ourselves is completely wrong. And so this loneliness that we feel as in accordance to that truth is completely wrong too, that your guides are with you, you're not alone. There's a difference between the loneliness you feel and being alone, and that's what they're trying to reestablish. They're trying to reestablish a confidence in you, a smugness in you of remembering, like, oh, that's who I actually am. That may have happened to me, but that's not actually, doesn't define me in the present moment. I'm actually this person. I'm in this smug position of knowing exactly who I am. And they have all of those trophies in behind them to mark all of the abundance, to mark all of the ways in which you have overcome. And you should be really patting yourself on the back because of everything that you've accomplished and everything that you've powered through. We have here B-U-M-L. They're spelling bloom. We also have here the open book. I feel like you're holding on to some secrets. It's like things that maybe you've never told anybody. And Spirit's really speaking about that they are in there with you. We have the screwdriver, having to do some shadow work in this Lionsgate portal that could sting or could hurt. But we're establishing new foundations. We have a mountain to overcome, but we're establishing this new foundation. They're also talking about certain chakra work. They're highlighting the lower 3 chakras. So your root chakra, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra. So there could have been abuse situations in the past. So please take that as it resonates. And my heart definitely goes out to you. We also have here the honeycombs, which there are 5 of them. So I think of the 5 of Pentacles. And situations from our past that we use as crutches now, or perhaps we use a crutch to deal with those energies from the past. So you may find that during this Lionsgate portal as well, you're going to be asked to let go of certain situations, not just persons, places, and things, but also some addictions or addictive energies that we rely on, because they say that we're going to rely on new things, new foundations, positive aspects. So they may ask you to get rid of some addictions as well. They're also highlighting here with the 5 of Pentacles, again, a deficit within the home when we were young, and not establishing a very secure foundation for ourselves. All right. They're also, I just saw mule in the bowl. So unloading things that are very, very burdensome to us as well during this Lionsgate portal. All right, pile number 3, that is what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. Please drop your comment below if you would like to be entered for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.